Link with you, ma'am. Sanjay Jha, your appreciation of what he's written and respond to Manikam Tagore saying, when a colleague starts repeating BJP lines word for word, you begin to wonder, is the bird becoming a parrot? Is there an indication that that's where the bird is heading, sir?
Gaurav, let me be very honest with you. I think Shashi Tharoor is both right and wrong. He's right in being critical of the emergency. I think everybody has agreed with that. It was definitely a draconian step that should have been avoided. The Congress paid for it electorally and came back again in 1980. But I think Sashi is completely wrong. And I have rarely said it publicly anywhere in my entire relationship with him over decades now. But Sashi is completely wrong in actually talking about the emergency and not even drawing a parallel to the authoritarian regime under Narendra Modi. I think, which is not just authoritarian, but is almost fascist. Because if a party in power tries to obliterate the opposition through institutions like the Election Commission or through intimidation and threats of the CBI and ED, that is fascism. That's not just totalitarianism. So I think if I read Sashi's piece actually, it's a rare, unexceptional piece by Shashi. I think he probably wrote it in a bit of a hurry because, to borrow his famous dictionary, it's what I would call his jejune. It just doesn't have his normal, shall we say, news that one can expect. And
Okay.
why I'm disappointed is because Sashi himself, and he and I have been spokespersons for the party as well for a long time, that Sashi himself has been one of the most critical voices of this regime, especially on three factors that he writes in his article in Project Syndicate. He talks about the freedom of press, and Gaurav, you are part of the press. Maybe you guys are independent, but I can tell you many are
It's
not.
not maybe.
Number
I'm,
two,
I'm very
he talks about the
proud to say
independence of
fiercely independent.
judiciary. He talks about the independence of judiciary, and we know that we have had under Mr. Modi 4 judges of the Collegium of the Supreme Court talking about the death of democracy in India and the fixing of benches. Not just about the guy who's been accused of having cash in his hand or in his home. And the third point, he talks about an executive which is overweening and arrogant, or a hubris infected executive, which is what Mr. Modi's government is. So I was
Okay.
very disappointed, especially because right now we are debating, and its matter is up in the Supreme Court, about how the Election Commission is being utilized as an instrument to actually knock off voters in Bihar.